Here we go, the Formula 2 qualifying is about to get underway here, and we are around Spain this weekend, and well, it is practically 29.6 meters in length around this circuit, and it is a very, very tough circuit, and these Formula 2 drivers are going to be, it is, well, not as tough as Monaco where we were last weekend, but it is definitely tough enough. Weather conditions 50-degree, track temperature, humidity 29%, and winds 7.9 kilometers to the south around this circuit. And it is going to be a really, really interesting session. It's qualifying time for Formula 2, and this weekend, not bringing the softer of all the rubber this weekend, but this is Alex Dunn on screen at the moment in the Roden Motorsport mobile, and he's sitting second in the championship, 67 points on the board. Leonardo Fornaroli, sitting third in the championship at the moment, 64 points for him. Performed pretty well last time out at Monaco, except for the big crash that we had at Monaco last time out. It was quite big, leading to a red flag, which was in the feature race. Now, the soft and the hard tyres are here this weekend. Important to note that Luke Browning leading the championship over Alex Dunn, Fornaroli, Rocher, Crawford, Lindblad, Martin Martins, Beganovic, Mini, and Montoya down in P11. The top three cars separated by 6 points in the championship. Now, you have the choice to qualify on the hard tyre or the soft tyre. Now, we only have the soft tyre this weekend. It's not the super soft. We have the hard tyres and the super soft tyres. And the hard tyres and the soft tyres here this weekend for Formula 2. But in terms of the team standings, it's High Tech leading by 7 points over Invicta, and then Dan's Lucas Oil in P4, 28 points behind. But this session important. It's 30 minutes. A lot of action. It's going to be really, really good to see who is going to take pole for the feature race on Sunday. Jack Crawford on screen, who was involved in that incident last weekend at Monaco. It was quite a big incident, leading to a red flag, but it's nearly 41 degrees ambient out there, a lot of sunlight, and it's 30-minute sessions. This is going to be good. This is going to be really, really good. You have the choice: hard tyre or the soft tyre. Now, there is a limited amount of tyres here this weekend. You only have 4 sets of softs, and I think only 3 sets of hards. So you have to choose wisely as to what tyres you use in this session. And if you use the harder tyre, then I think those people that are going to use the hard tyre are going to rotate your hard tyres, and then of course use them a bit later on in the sprint or the feature. But I reckon the soft tyre will be used in the sprint, and the hard tyres will be saved for the race. But of course, most drivers out there, they will be just going out there, rotating the hard tyres, and then going back into the pit lane and putting on the soft tyres for now. But this is going to be good. It's going to be a good session. 27 minutes remaining. There are wet tyres there, but I don't think those will be needed. With Lindblad, the Campos Racing driver, sitting 6th in the championship. He's only, 30 points off the championship lead. He needs to win the sprint, win the feature, and he goes to the top of the championship. But of course, that doesn't matter at this point in time. Formula 2, to the halfway point of their season here this weekend. And of course, it's the first weekend that I've actually streamed Formula 2. I put up a community post and you guys outdone that. 5 votes saying Formula 2. So Formula 2 it is. It was either the Porsches or Formula 2, and I was hoping it was Formula 2 because I do not know any drivers in the Porsche category here, and so yeah, I was hoping it was Formula 2, but I was going to stream Formula 2 practice, but that wasn't going to happen. Marty on screen at the moment, he is currently warming though. He's currently getting the soft tyres up to pressure. Now, of course, if you don't get these soft tyres up to temp and pressure, you can actually hurt the tyre, hurt the lap, and it won't be good for you. Max Esterton on screen at the moment. He's just started his lap, along with Alex Dunn and Cordeal. Esterton starting his lap now through turn 1 and turn 2, the left and right chicane, and then the never-ending turn 3, what feels like in a Formula 2 car. Use every bit of road, the red apron on the outside. This is turn 4 for Max Esterton. He's making his way up into turn 4. It's propelled to the first sector, but of course nobody else has settled out. At the moment, this is turn 5, the hairpin, slowest corner on the circuit, before making your way up to turn 6. Turn 6 now, and making your way up through there. Car's a little bit unstable for him. Turn 7 into turn 8 now for Max Esterton. And then Alex Dunn is also out there on a lap as well. The top 6 are currently on laps, along with Static, who's just started his lap. Esterton heading through turn 9 at the moment. The long turn 9 that rubbers up quite quickly. Turn 10. Also another long right-hander. Of course, Formula 3 and Formula 2 also done testing here, so they know a lot about this circuit. This is turn 11. Turn 12, the final corner. Fast turn 12, and the lap for Max Esterton to start us off is a 26.388. Probably not going to be as quick this session that time. Now, the track has just had Formula 1 finish their practice session. Shields has just gone to P2. Alex Dunn, what can he do in the Modern Motorsports McLaren Academy car? Alex Dunn now goes to the top. He's done a 25.905. Cordeal now goes P2, and Ollie Goethe heading through turn 12 at the moment. He's on a lap. Leonardo Fornaroli is also on a lap as well. He's currently actually going quite quick at the moment, but not everybody's done a lap. Most people in the pits, only the top 10 cars have done a lap. Goethe, 126.096. Fornaroli in the Invicta Racing car as he comes around the final corner. Fornaroli to the top. He's done a 25.7. Nearly 2/10 faster. Roman Static now goes back up to P3. Nerea Marti, he is on a lap. He's personal best first, second sector. Probably not going to be as good as what Fornaroli's just done, but we'll see. It's only P8 26.744. The track will only get better throughout this session. Here's more and more cars go out there. But Miney, Crawford, Montoya, Mini, Lindblad, Vershear, Browning, Bogdanovic still haven't done a lap. This is Joseph Marti, who's just run wide as he's tried to fully send it through turn 14. It didn't end up happening for him. Didn't work. Tried to send it flat through turn 14. That didn't end well. Leonardo Fornaroli, fastest at the moment by 0.15 over Static, Goethe, Cordeal. Now, of course, incident involving Prema, noted pit lane infringement. So the two Prema cars of Montoya and Mini are under investigation. Not sure what that investigation is for, but we'll have to wait and find out. Roman Static 0.2 off the leader here. This sort of qualifying gives the drivers a good chance to get their head around the circuit, get their mind around the circuit. Of course, a 45-minute practice session a bit earlier on today put their minds up to it for this session. But a lot of drivers here deciding just to camp it in the pit lane, try and save their soft tyres for a bit later on in the session, when you can head out 15 minutes to go, and you could probably do 2 or 3 laps in a row with plenty of time. Or you can go out at the start of the session and do what Fornaroli did and bank a lap time in case, of course, there's a late red flag and nobody else heads out there. That can be not a bad idea either to do. But yeah, Fornaroli at the top of the moment over Alex Dunn. Stanek, Gertha, Cordeal, Esterson, Villa-Gomez, Bennett, Shields, and Megatunif in P10. Most drivers now heading out onto the circuit. This is one of the, that is Jack Crawford in the Lucas Oil car, heading out there on cold, soft tyres. But they will be really grippy sooner or later. But 20 minutes to go in this session. It's going to be good. 10 minutes gone here. Not everybody has done a lap. Of course, I wasn't able to stream FP1 for Formula 1, but I'll be streaming FP2 and FP3 consecutively. Formula 1 Practice 2 I'll be streaming from 5 p.m. and then Formula 1 Practice 3 I'll be streaming from 8 p.m. followed by tomorrow morning qualifying and then the sprint race for Formula 2 from about 10:30 followed by the race from 3:30 Monday afternoon, which I have been doing now for about 3 weeks straight. It seems to work quite well. So, of course, 66 laps for Formula 1, 31 laps for the feature, 20 laps for Formula 2 in the sprint. Victor Martins in the ART Grand Prix car, he's getting those tyres, getting the soft tyres up to temperature. Here now, of course, it's mandated that you use the soft tyres. Make sure you use the soft tyres to set the lap in qualifying. It is mandated to do that. This is what happened to Maria Marti. He's just gone wide and used a bit of that outside ripple strip, maybe a bit too much of the outside ripple strip, and the car's just bottomed out over the curb. Marti saying, check the floor, I went off a bit. So, Marti letting those guys know, letting the engineers know. Richard Verschoor is about to start his lap now. As he comes to the line, make sure those tyres are up to temperature and pressure. Otherwise, there's a chance of them puncturing because of not having enough pressure in them. Important lap here with 20 minutes to go in this session. This is Verschoor who's making his way up through turn 1 and turn 2. He hasn't actually started his lap. Then Megatunov has not started his lap either. Marty, Kushmani, Jack Crawford, Montoya, Gabriel Amini, Lindblad, Martins, Mattia, Beganovic, Verschoor, and Dirksen, followed by Luke Browning, who is our championship leader, sitting down in P22 at the moment. This is Gabriel Amini in the Alpine Academy car, the Italian of Gabriel Amini, who did not too bad at Monza a few weeks ago. Actually, that was only a month ago. At the Italian circuit there. That was actually 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that, close to it. Gabriel Amini, his qualifying times are going to shoot up any moment now with 17 minutes here. It's important to not go out too late in the session, because if you jump the gun a bit too late, you might not have enough time to get enough pressure and temperature, or there could be a red flag, and that could be what ruins your qualifying session. Around here, it is quite easy to ruin your qualifying session with a red flag around here. Victor Martins has now started his lap as he runs the final corner. Important laps. Martins and Lindblad have just started their laps. Martins running through turn 1 up into turn 2 now for Victor Martins. Turn 3, the never-ending turn 3. It just feels like it goes on and on and on before you finally finish turn 3. Use a bit of the apron on the outside. This is turn 4. Victor Martins, that first sector, 25.5, about 0.1 off the pace for Victor Martins. 59.812. It's almost like this session was split into two parts. And it's just because the first lot of drivers laid down the rubber for the next lot of drivers that went out there. It's almost like it was split into two halves here. 15 minutes for one session, 15 minutes for the other. Victor Martins, 0.1 off the pace in the first sector. Lindblad, 0.1 off as well. See, the second sector's like Martins has lost a bit of time in that second sector. He's about 0.4 off as he comes through turn 10, up through turn 11. Lindblad, his second sector's looking quick. 6 thousandths up in that second sector. Victor Martins making his way, using a bit of a ripple strip on the outside through turn 13. Of course, they removed the chicane. Turn 14 now for Victor Martins. Final corner using the apron on the outside. And what's this lap going to be for Victor Martins? P5. He's done a 26.15. Lindblad now goes to the top by 0.3 to 0.26, 25.492. Jack Crawford here, who's sitting P4 at the championship, P3. He's just moved up to 25.8. Followed by Miata, who's just moved up to P3, and Rocher, who's just moved up into P6 as well. Followed by Kushmini up into P8. So the Campos racing car of Arvid Lindblad has just gone to the top. A good lap there, 125.492. Will that put him on par with 15 and a half minutes to go? People now starting to head back out onto the circuit. Fornaroli's lap was very good, 25.6. But it just wasn't good enough to put him up there. Montoya must have made a mistake here because he hasn't... Oh, there you go. He's done his lap. He's just moved up to P15, 0.8 off the place. Jack Crawford has also just done his lap. He's moved up into P4, our championship leader. There, moving up to P4. Sorry, Luke Browning is our championship leader. Where is Luke Browning here? Browning, our championship leader, is down in P14. Luke Browning there. So it's not looking good there. But he's 0.7 off the pace. The top 10 separated by just over half a second. Showing just how tight it is out there with 14 and a half minutes to go. Who would have thought? Who would have thought it would be so tight in a session like this? Definitely not me. It's Formula 2. What else do you expect? Luke Browning, he's down in P14. He's 0.76 off the pace. He's probably going to have to use another set of softs. And only have a small amount of them. Only 3 sets. So, only 3 sets, well actually 4 sets of soft tyres. You have to use them wisely. Practice, qualifying, sprint, and the feature. And it might be only 3. So, in practice, it's all about running the hard tyres. Now, one driver that hasn't done a lap is... Well, he has done a lap. He's just gone on to another set of tyres. So he is sacrificing tyres in Raya Marti. Sacrificing a set of softs. Possibly maybe using the hards in the sprint. Sacrificing the hards. Well, of course, you've only got 2 sets of hards. So you've also got to use them wisely. Got to use the hards wisely as well, so this is going to be good. This is going to be really good. Raya Marti hasn't set a lap on the soft tyres. Yes, he's one of the drivers that actually hasn't set a lap. Joshua Dirksen in the AIX Racing, number 20. 3 cars, Mekatunov, Marti and Dirksen. Car 20, Dirksen, lap time to lead with 126.6. Which put him actually quite far up there. So that's why I was seeing everybody move up the field. I was like, okay, that's the reason why Dirksen has got his lap time deleted there. So that's why I saw everybody move up a position there. So probably the reason why Dirksen trying to set another lap time here through turn 13. This lap is not going to be the smartest of all laps. Here as he runs the final corner, 26, he's P17, 26.680 on a used set of soft tyres. Won't be happy with that because the lap that he did put him P3. Where Miatu is at the moment. Lindblad, really good lap, 25.4. Do you park the bus for Lindblad, or do you go out again, hope to God that everybody else does a lap? Or do you save your tyres? It's all about tyre conserving here in Formula 2. The soft tyres and the hard tyres here this weekend. Who uses the soft tyres here in qualifying? Semi Megatunov, who has not done a lap. He's banking on there being no red flag in this session, and when you decide to go out there is the most important part to this. Now, Megatunov went out. He did 2 laps to rope the hard tyres in for the feature race and has come back in. So, that's interesting how you play that there. But I think drivers are heading on to new softs here. So, people sacrificing the soft compound tyres for the sprint. Maybe using the hards in the sprint. You never know. Really. It is an unknown category, this one, and which is what makes it interesting. Arvid Lindblad, 25.492, the fastest laps are overall. At the moment, he's 0.2 faster, and that is a front wing? That is a front wing. Oh my god. Truck temperatures drop by a degree. That might give you a tenth or two, if anything. But that is a front wing. Wow. How has he found that? Is that off? Is that an F1? Is that an F2 or an F1 car? I'm not sure. But that is really interesting. People are starting now to go into the new soft tyres. Here, which is an interesting choice. Only a few sets of softs. Max Esserson definitely needs to improve here. New softs to him in this session. Richard for sure. The MP Motorsport driver. He's P6 at the moment. 9.5 minutes to go in this one. Arvid Lindblad leading 26.496 at the moment. 9 minutes to go. Of course, I'll be streaming Formula 1 FP2 5 p.m. and then Formula 1 FP3 from 8 p.m. back tomorrow. And then for qualifying, followed by the sprint race for Formula 2. And then Formula 1, their main race. And then Formula 2, the feature, Monday afternoon. Monday night, I'll be streaming that. So a lot of streaming. And then next weekend, it's Supercars for the Bet Easy Darwin Triple Crown. And then the week after that, we're back at Canada. And I'll be streaming, I think it's Formula Regional, F1 Academy, and Formula 1. So a lot of streaming there. I think it's Formula Regional, or it might be Italian F4 Championship. But I might stream either one. I feel like I should stream Formula 2, F1 Academy, and Formula Regional European Championship, to be honest. But, you know, we never know. I will decide when the time comes. 8 minutes to go in this session. So, still enough time to write those new soft tyres in and then go again. Probably for 2 laps here. So, this is going to be the decision. Who blinks first? And the person who blinked first is the person who's at the front of the train here. Now, someone blinked and the other person went. That's cool. Some people decided to stay back and seeing if they actually need to do a lap. People that need to do a lap is Megatunov and definitely Luke Browning as well in the high-tech TGR car. Definitely needs to do a lap. And Nerea Marti as well. Marti, who also needs to do a lap, is P22, sorry. At the moment, he's starting at the back of the grid. Important that these laps get done. There is 7 minutes to go in this session. Ramia Miata, who's trying to find a bit of track space to do his next lap. The ART GP official car trying to find space with 6.5 minutes to go. This is mainly what a Formula 2 qualifying session looks like. Through the hairpin now for Ramiro Marata. He's making his way through the hairpin. Of course, there was Porsches here not too long ago, so the track is... Actually, Porsches were here a few months ago, and that was I think that was the last session that was run here, so the track is quite green. It was green at the start of the session when Formula 3 went out for their practice session when the track was completely green, and then you have Formula 2, and then Formula 1, and then Formula 2 again, and then Formula 3, then Formula 2, then Formula 1, and then it just continues to repeat the process. So as the weekend goes on, the track is just getting better and better. Here, as we take a look at our championship leader, Luke Browning.
Maybe after 2 years of Formula 3, 1 year of something else, you've done 10 days here, so everyone's going to be tight, and I'm sure that's going to show in qualifying. I think the main thing is on the super soft tyre, or on the soft tyre we've got this weekend, it'll be 1 lap, so we'll probably get 2 opportunities. So any mistakes, and after the first push, you're not guaranteed to be in the top 10, even if you've done the fastest lap in run 1. So it's all going to be about just putting it together in that run 2. There'll be some people that go for goals, but I think for me, just a clean lap, get ourselves in the top 5, and we'll be very happy.
Luke Browning there, hoping for a top 5 at the moment. He's P14 behind his teammate Beganovic in P13, and then Cordial, Mini, Martins, Goethe, Miney, Stenik, Brochet, Alex Dunn, Crawford, Miata, Leonardo Fornaroli, and Lindblad, who's on provisional pole at the moment. There is 4.5 minutes in the FIA Formula 2 Championship. Romeo Miata taking his soft tyres and warming them up, putting pressure into them, putting temperature into them. It is absolutely important. The Invicta of Leonardo Fornaroli, who makes his way down the front straight. Is he on a lap? It doesn't seem like it. Remember, you've got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Still 4 minutes. It takes around 1.5 minutes. And by the time Fornaroli gets back to the line, there'll be 2.5 minutes, and that has to be the lap that he does here. It has to be the lap that he does next time around. Now, my mic has just absolutely died there. So I'm going to have to not use the mic here. Arvid Lindblad, provisional pole, followed by Fornaroli, Miata, and Martins now starts his lap. This is his second lap, and it's a one-shot quali here for everybody out there. Probably a two-shot qualifying. 2 laps, and it's probably going to have to be done, as you heard from Luke Browning. It's going to have to be done on the 1 lap that you get with the grip that is available in the soft tyres for about 1 lap when the track is this hot. Now, it's gone back up to 51-degree track temperature, which is the hottest we've seen. Martins, he's about 0.09 off Lindblad in that first sector. Personal best first sector. What's the second sector going to be like as he approaches the second sector? Turn 8. He's just finished turn 8 and into turn 9. Long sweeping turn 9 before you use a bit of the exit on the exit of turn 9. Martins braking turn 10. He's 0.3 off the pace. He's P10 at the moment. This is going to put him on the second row of the grid on this lap. Miata, that first sector is looking shiny. The second sector is about 0.3 off Lindblad. He's matching Martins in that second sector. So he lost a lot of time in that second sector, Miata. Alex Dunn is also on a lap as well. Personal best first and second sector. Martins to the line. It's P4. It's not pole, but he's the fastest of the third sector. Alex Dunn, P2, 0.1 off the pace. Miata stays P4, 25.8. Ollie Goethe is in P10 at the moment. He's personal best first and second sector. Max S in P7. Where is Luke Browning? He's P15. He's just moved up into P3. Ollie Goethe. He's P12 in the MP Motorsport Red Bull Academy car. Jack Crawford P3. Goethe P6. Villa Gomez P19. Cushman Miney P2. He's 1,000th off pole. He's done a 25.4. Plays a 25.4, 25.5. Beganovic has just done, he's just moved up into P7. Arvid Lindblad, who's just gone fastest than anybody in that first sector. Villa Gomez is 1.7 seconds off on that lap that we're seeing at the moment. It's not going to be quick enough in that second sector. Roman Stenik, he's P15, and he's going to get the 1 lap out of these tyres that he needs. What's this lap going to be? Is it pole? No, it's P16. Oh, no, he doesn't move up. Roman Stenik, P3. It's less than 0.1 separating the top 3. Montoya still has to cross the line in the Prema. He's just gone pole position. Montoya is pole. Lindblad might beat that though. His sectors are looking absolutely insane. He's gone back to pole. It's a 25.18 for Lindblad, followed by Montoya. He's 0.2 back, and that lap looked amazing until Lindblad knocked it off. That lap is amazing. 25.180. 25.2, 34.3, 25.6. The three sectors that put him on pole for Arvid Lindblad. It's provisional pole. The top 20 cars separated by less than a second. Villa Gomez and car 10. Gabriele Mini's time has just been deleted. That might be a problem. Villa Gomez. Now Lindblad, that was Villa Gomez who was wide. But Lindblad Montoya, wow. Fornaroli is on pole for the sprint. Dirksen P9, he will be starting second. Browning P8, that will be a struggle for him in the feature. Real struggle indeed. But Lindblad, Arvid Lindblad, the Armco pole position goes to him. It's a 25.180. What a lap. What a lap indeed. And it was well deserved. Every moment of it. The lap was just stunning. He was magenta all the way through the first and second sector.
Yeah, it's good then. It's good. Full position. Come on, boys.
Arvid Lindblad, very, very happy with that. Very happy indeed. And very much well deserved. The Brit of Arvid Lindblad. Absolutely stunning. He makes his way back to the pit lane. Now, and he will celebrate with his team. Sebastian Montoya was 0.2 off of pole position. How unfortunate for Sebastian Montoya. He's 0.24 off of pole position, Montoya.
Good P2. Oh my God, I love you guys. Let's go. Thank you guys. Oh my days. So P2 and Imola was a better luck. P2 you must have known his thing. Cool, you guys are amazing. Oh.
Montoya very happy, even though it's not pole. Imagine the reaction he would have given if he got pole. The reaction would have been much more ecstatic than what that one. P2, he said P2 in Imola, and P2 now here at Spain. Absolutely perfect conversion. Gabriele Mini, P18 here in this one. Unfortunate, but really close. P18, he was less than a second off of pole, and this is why. Sideways over the ripple strip for the Prema Racing of Gabriele Mini. Wow, and that's that lap time deleted over 25.979. Track limits at turn 10. So that's going to catch a lot of drivers out. But it's Arvid Lindblad on pole position in the Formula 2 qualifying session. Absolutely perfect. And perfect conversion for Arvid Lindblad.
Do you lose a lap?
Well, it's a first pole position on home soil for Campos Racing. What a result for the Spanish team, making history with Arvid Lindblad.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much. It's been coming for a while, so happy to finally get it done. You're welcome.
That'll mean a huge amount to them, Alex.
Yeah, lovely stuff for the team. Based in Valencia, have been for a very, very long time indeed. And home race for them, they will be really, really delighted with the performance that Arvid Lindblad has put in. Looking back through the top 10, it will be Fornaroli who starts on reverse grid pole position across from Joshua Dirksen. That'll be an interesting race as well. 0.6 of a second across the top 10. So that's how close they are on pace. But of course, one lap around here is one thing. Managing the tyres through a full sprint race distance is quite another. But a great opportunity for Fornaroli to close up towards the lead of the championship tomorrow. You look at the other championship contenders. You've got Browning sitting in P8. Alex Dunn with another lovely qualifying session in P5.
Yeah, and this working very well for the likes of, you look in terms of championship, Arvid Lindblad 19 points back. He's got a great chance here to take points out of the likes of Browning, Alex Dunn, Fornaroli, a little bit down the order as well. So Crawford, who will be P7. So a significant result, not just for the context of a home podium for Campos and the history around it, but also the impact it can make of a championship. And I think they would have enjoyed that watching from the stands there, Alex.
Yeah, they really will. They really will. At a home race, it's always a little bit sweeter to be up the front. And up the front, indeed, was Arvid Lindblad. Let's have a look at how they lined up there, Chris.
So, the youngest pole sitter in Formula 2 is now Arvid Lindblad, and he did it with Campos Racing in their home race. Sebastian Montoya on the front row, again, Kushmini then, Stanek, Dunn, Bashir, Crawford, Browning, Dirksen and Fornaroli. Remember, Dunn has those penalties to serve when the grids are come together. Then Pepe Marti 11th, and then it's Beganovic, Goethe, Iata, Martins, Esterson, Cordial, Mini, Megatuniv and Shields. Martins, that's the first time he's out of the top 3 positions in a qualifying session this season. Mini had a track limits violation right at the end. Then the Van Amersfoort drivers round out the field, John Bennett and Rafael Villagomez. Well, we did promise it would be a dramatic end to the session, and that it was, but no one could quite match the pace today of Arvid Lindblad. He takes the Aramco pole position. He will be leading us away on feature race Sunday, but first it's sprint race Saturday. Join us from 2:15 local time. For now, it's goodbye.
Okay, so the sprint I will be streaming from about 10:30 tomorrow. So sprint tomorrow 10:30, but before that, I'll be back from 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time for FP2 for Formula 1, and then followed by the sprint for Formula 2 tomorrow from 10:30, as I said, and then Formula 1 FP3 from 8 p.m. and then qualifying from 10 past 8, and then the main race for Formula 2 I'll be streaming from Monday afternoon, and then Formula 1 race from 3:15. So plenty of action still to come, and the next weekend it is the BetEasy Darwin Triple Crown for supercars. I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.